Our discussion now moves to how do we find the degree of a polynomial. Well, we talked about how to find the degree of a monomial, and hopefully you remember if you saw 3m w z to the fourth, you realize there's only one term there because there's no addition, and you add up the values of the exponents, so of the variables. So m has an exponent of 1, w has an exponent of 1, z has an exponent of 4, and we would say that that has a degree of 6. Well, the way you categorize the degree of a polynomial is you find the degrees of each of the monomial terms that make up the polynomial, and whichever the highest degree monomial is, that's what we call the degree of the polynomial. So here's a basic one. If we saw something like x to the fifth plus x to the fourth plus x to the third plus x squared plus x plus 1. Well, this consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms because of all of those additions. Well, this is a monomial, that's a monomial, that's a monomial, etc. What are the degrees of the monomial terms? Well, this has a degree of 5. This term has a degree of 5. This term has a degree of 4. This has a degree of 3. This has a degree of 2. This has a degree of 1. And is there a variable with 1? Do you see one? Actually, there is. We say the variable that goes with that is x to the 0. Because remember, any non-zero base to a 0 exponent is equal to 1. So because that's a 1, we can call it x to the 0. So we actually call that degree 0. So what's the highest degree we see? 5. So this 6-term polynomial right there, we say has a degree of 6. So let's try another one. If we see a polynomial expression that says 2x cubed y to the fourth plus 3m z to the sixth w, and then we see minus 73. Well, how many terms does this have? That plus, that minus makes there be 1, 2, 3 terms. These are your monomials, so we would call that a trinomial. And if we wanted to find the degree of this trinomial, we need to find the degree of each of the 3 terms. And the trinomial that we're looking at has the highest degree of, or it has the same degree as the highest degree of the monomial terms. So this monomial has a variable x cubed and a y to the fourth. So 3 plus 4, that has degree 7. This has an m, which is to the first, a w, which is to the first, and a z to the sixth. 1 plus 6 plus 1 is 8. This is a number. There's a variable there, always, x to the 0. If you have a numerical term, it's going to be degree 0. So the highest degree we see of all these monomial terms is 8. So we say that trinomial is degree 8.